Way. Behind the wheel of the Doug Doolin-owned Honey Auto Parts car number 27 Junior, it's the intern Daniel Johnson. To his inside, starting in spot number 25 out of Fulton, New York, the driver of the 99L Lightning, Larry Wight. Starting in spot number 24, he hails out of Philadelphia, New York. Behind the wheel of the number 7S machine, please welcome Shaun Shaw. Into his inside, starting 23rd at Evans Mills, New York, at the number 9, it's Tyler Meeks. Starting 22nd out of Brownville, New York, driving the 66W entry, it's Derek Webb. And to his inside, he was the winner of our last chance showdown a few minutes ago out of Baldwinsville, New York, in the JMB Installations HBR Racing Mohawk Northeast number 98H, the Baldwinsville Bandit, Jimmy Phelps. Starting 20th out of Chittenango, New York, behind the wheel of the number 11 T Machine, the Wild Animal Park entry, it's Jeff Taylor. And to his inside out of Roscoe, New York, behind the wheel of the Quality Forestry Management LLC, car number 28, one of our Rookie of the Year contenders, it's Mike Trautschold. Starting 18th out of Middlebury, Vermont, in the Stone Motors, car number 15X, the third generation driver, it's Justin Stone. And to his inside, out of Rochester, New York, in the Shackleton Auto and Truck Parts, car number 27J, the Dr. Danny Johnson. He'll start 17th. Starting 16th out of Plessis, New York, in the Dapper Dog Grooming, car number 60, it's Jackson Gill. And to his inside out of Stanley, New York, in the 7Z, it's Zach Payne. Starting 14th out of Watkins Glen, New York, in the M&M's Contracting and Remodeling, car number 17, it's Marcus Dinkins. And to his inside, your winner one night ago at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway out of Hopewell, New York, in the Nardozzi Paving and Construction, car number 70A, it's Alex Payne. Starting 12th out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, behind the wheel of the Faxon Excavating, Agway of Boston Spa, car number 21A, the Batman, Peter Britten. And to his inside, starting 11th out of Elizabethtown, New York, in the Adirondack Auto, George Hunting-owned, car number 35, it's Mike Mahaney. Smooth Shoe starts 11th. Your top 10 starters now. Starting 10th out of Saratoga Springs, New York, in the Benson's Pet Center, car number 2, the Ginger Ninja, Jack Lehner. And to his inside out of Unadilla, New York, behind the wheel of the Smith Site Development, car number 91, the Franklin Flyer, it's Billy Decker. Starting 8th, the 10-time and defending Super Dirtcar Series champion out of Waterloo, New York, in the Hurlock Auto and Speed Supply, Gibbons Produce, St. Lawrence Radiology, car number 9S, Super Matt Sheppard. And to his inside out of Binghamton, New York, in the Jeremy Smith Racing, car number 12, it's Darren Smith. Starting 6th out of Watertown, New York, he's your new track record holder here at Can-Am Speedway and the current track champion out of Edwards, New York, in the St. Lawrence Radiology, car number 19, it's Tim Fuller. And to his inside out of Hastings, New York, looking for his third straight top 5 in the EV Energy Pit Stop Convenience Store, car number 83X, it's Tim Sears Jr. Starting at spot number 4 out of Montgomery, New York, behind the wheel of the Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Tire Discount Center, Vinny Salerno on car number 4 star, it's Anthony Perrego. And to his inside out of Napierville, Quebec, the driver of the Gabosh Group, Archipel, car number 91, Hollywood, Felix Roy. Your front row starters now on the outside of the front row out of Watertown, New York, and then the number 1 Speed Supply, car number 49, it's Billy Dunn. And on the pole, in the Shoe Chevrolet, car number 88 out of St. Catharines, Ontario, it's Buddy Mat Williamson. There you have it, your starting grid this evening for tonight's R.D. Hutchinson Memorial here at the Can-Am Speedway. Rich Fleck, I'm going to send it down trackside to you as we get ready for tonight's feature event.
We are in full go mode right now. You can see behind me all these drivers starting to get lined up, 13 rows deep for today's 67-lap feature. Pretty much they're all going with the 400 medium right rear Hoosier on these tires. Not a whole lot of games being played on it. Over here, your pole sitter, Mat Williamson. It's been every other race with the Super Dirtcar Series that he has been up in the front. And I think it's kind of his turn to get back up there after last night finishing in 7th. But they were just thrashing back at the Buzz Chew Group a moment ago as he was changing a drive line on the Buzz Chew Chevy 88. Thrashing at the last second, putting the shock and spring combination back on. Meanwhile, Billy Dunn to the outside, as we said, has not run as many Super Dirtcar Series events. Getting set up and ready to go as the field getting assembled here, Mike. I think we got a great racetrack as well, and I think it's key to remember, no caution laps counting, and we have a 67-lap event, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have to run to halfway. Mother Nature is still out there, so we are in full go mode.
Indeed we are, Rich, as we get ready to roll for tonight's feature event. As he mentioned, 67 laps, 75-67 to win here at the Can-Am Speedway. And at the end of the night, One driver will pick up the victory, and these will be 67 all green flag laps as the cars making their way out behind the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Pace truck, as we are just moments away from getting rolling with tonight's feature event.
Oh, this is a big one.
So the field getting ready, as you see Money Mat Williamson getting ready to roll, and Rich Bleck, we see you down there trackside. We'll send it back down to you.
Yeah, we're gonna, as we get a few more drivers come up before they fire off. They told them to get going. We were gonna try to grab an interview, but we're ready to get going. And the RD Hutchinson Memorial is just a few minutes from going green.
Thank you, Rich Bleck. We'll talk to you throughout our feature event this evening as we get ready to go. Tim Baltz, I'm going to bring you back in on this one. What are you keeping an eye on here? You're here at Can-Am each and every Friday night, and we got the big blocks back here at the Nasty Track of the North.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, these big block drivers, they're not afraid to hit the hammer down, and as one of our good announcing friends always says, put a hot lunch to it right now in this kind of a racetrack. You can definitely do that, so it's all about pure speed. Right now, I'm looking at that front row. Mat Williamson and Billy Dunn absolutely dominated the field in their qualifying heat races tonight. Could they be the two drivers that battle it out for the big win here tonight in honor of Richard Hutchinson?
It's going to be interesting to see how this will play out as the field's going to work off at turn number 4, and we are not wasting any time. Tim Baltz, Dave Farney's got 4 fingers in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, get your iPhones, iPads, any electronic device. Don't want to leave the Androids out of there. And next time by, you'll get a keepsake you won't want to miss as the most awesome sight in all of motorsports comes your way next time by. Can-Am Speedway, as the beast of the Northeast gather 4 wide, it's time for the ultimate thrill ride. 26 drivers in their 800-horse saddle saluting you as they prepare for battle. It's the Big Block Modified Super Dirtcar Series. The ground-pounding, earth-shaking, window-rattling beast of the Northeast are ready to rock at the Nasty Track of the North. The white flag has been displayed to the field. 67 laps. All green flag. 75-67 a win here at the Can-Am Speedway. Next time by, we will go green flag racing. The Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Pace truck with the lights off already. Can-Am Speedway, I hope you're ready. Tim Baltz, I know you're ready.
I'm born ready, man. Let's get at it.
It's going to be a great one as they roll down into turn number 3 and 4. The Toyota Tundra TRD Pro Pace truck going to make the hard left-hand turn as Mat Williamson and Billy Dunn bring them down into the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, a shower of big block power is about to send a shockwave through the Thousand Islands. It's the RD Hutchinson Memorial, and we are green at Can-Am.
Turn number 2, Mat Williamson jumps to the point as they hit the back straightaway. Felix Roy a second, Billy Dunn, Anthony Perrego, Tim Sears Jr. the top 5 as Money Mat shows the way, but here comes Felix Roy, trying for the lead in turn number 1.
A battle of 2 Canadians at the front of the field. Williamson with the top spot wide. Second, you got a side-by-side battle for spot number 3 behind him, as well as Anthony Perrego goes side-by-side with Billy Dunn down the back straightaway. Sears sits 5th, 2-car battle behind them between Darren Smith and Matt Sheppard as they roll through turn number 3 and 4. Williamson still with the lead as he opens up the gap a little bit as they come down the front stretch.
Down to the line this time by Mat Williamson in control right now. Working that outside lane off of turn number 2. Felix Roy, he's adjusted to big block power at this speedway rather nicely as he works the inside lane. Billy Dunn
sits in third. Now we got a battle for the number 4 spot right now as Tim Sears Jr. going to dive underneath the 4 of Anthony Perrego through turn number 1 and 2. That'll be Sears taking the position away as they head down the back straightaway and gets out to about a 2-car lane advantage. Perrego going to try to fight back on the inside lane as they power down into turn number 3 and 4. Come down the front straightaway once again. Sheppard going to swing out to the outside behind him looking for momentum. He's all the way against the wall as they go down into turn number 1 and 2.
Sheppard trying to use every inch of this racetrack to get some momentum going. Matt Sheppard's won here 3 times in Super Dirtcar Series action. Tried for a 4th here tonight, but he's got a long way to go as he's trying to get by Darren Smith.
Williamson comes by and will click off lap number 4 on the board in this one. Make that lap number 5 as the field roars and down into turn number 1 and 2. It's Wall in that number 2 spot. You're keeping an eye on the battle for spots 4 through 6 as they head down the backstretch. And Darren Smith now under fire from Matt Sheppard once again as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. The Hurlock Auto and Speed Supply 9S trying to turn the wick up on the outside again, going all the way to the top on exit at turn number 4. At the line, Smith still has the position.
Darren Smith doing a great job fending off the 10-time champion for the time being. Sheppard, he got a little bit too wide off of turn number 2. Opens the door for Smith to get back by as they'll still drag race side by side through turn number 3 and 4. Great battle here between one of the upstarts on the tour and the seasoned veteran.
Darren Smith still holding them off. They got a great battle in front of them as well as Anthony Perrego doing everything to try to get back by the 83X car as they head down off turn number 2. The roar down the back straightaway as here's the 4-star car trying to make his way around on the top. Take the long way around to Tim Sears Jr. He's way up on the top side off turn number 4. They'll drag race to the line. Sears still has the position as he holds on to the number 4 spot.
Timber trying to fend off one of the top drivers on the tour right now, Anthony Perrego, holding down spot number 5 for the moment in the early going of the 67-lap contest as Mat Williamson continues to show the way. No change amongst the top 5 drivers at this point. They're all starting to get into a groove right now, Mike.
A little bit further back, now Tim Fuller all over the back bumper of Matt Sheppard as they go down into turn number 1 and 2. Sheppard out to the top side. Fuller there trying to match him as well as they work off turn number 2. Sheppard got a good run that time. He got a little bit of separation, though, as they head down to 3 and 4. Meanwhile, your race leader now mired in lap traffic. He's already put Daniel Johnson a lap down. We'll look to do the same to Ryan Bartlett as they work their way off turn number 2.
He's got a clear lane on that outside as he gets by Ryan Bartlett. Now he'll go after Tyler Meeks. He disposes of him, but no problem. In the meantime, though, we got a battle shaping up for position number 2 between one of the upstarts and yet again another seasoned veteran here, K-Dam with Billy Dunn.
Billy Dunn trying to close the gap on Felix Roy a little bit further back. Matt Sheppard now trying to find his way around Darren Smith as he does. So maybe that top side starting to come to life a little bit as Sheppard gets by Smith. That is for position number 6. One spot out of a top 5 run as your defending champion. Back to the battle for the number 2 spot off at turn number 4. You see Williamson there crossing the flag stand. Roy trying to find his way around Bartlett as well, but now Billy Dunn on the inside lane. He's going to have to make a decision. Does he stay underneath and go to the outside? I think the only way, as the 91 clears Bartlett, is to stay on the outside lane right now.
And Billy Dunn sees that. He's going to follow in Felix Roy's tire tracks. He knows that Ryan Bartlett's not going to get off the bottom side of the speedway. And Ryan Bartlett's not doing anything wrong. He's holding his line down around the bottom, so it's up to Billy Dunn to get around him on the top side, and that's exactly what he's going to do. In the meantime, Felix Roy found something extra on the top side. He's closing in on the race leader.
And as that happened, it looked like Mat Williamson missed corner number 2 right in front of him and shot up the racetrack. He's able to gather it back together, but now it's going to be interesting because after he clears Jeff Taylor in turn number 1 and 2, there's a couple of drivers fighting for position, and we're just 15 laps into this feature event, 53 to go, but Felix Roy trying to run down the Must Use Chevrolet 88 machine.
Matt Williamson got back into his groove. He put a couple more car leaks on Felix Roy to turn number 3 and 4, back down to the line this time by Williamson, still in control. Now has to deal with Billy Dunn once again as Dunn shoots to the inside lane. Look for a second, he's going to get it.
It looked like Felix Roy got caught a little bit too high, but then that's going to allow Dunn to drive underneath him for the runner-up spot as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Williamson, your leader, Dunn second, and now Dunn tries to close the gap on him. Then it's Roy in third. Fourth is Tim Sears Jr. Meanwhile, we got yellow as last night's winner, Alex Payne, going to slow in turn number 2. So yellow flag out on the speedway for the 70A of Alex Payne as he will come to a stop in turn 2. And we'll head into the pit area as that'll bring out the caution 15 laps into this 67-lap feature event. as we get our first yellow, as Jackson Gill also slowing down here on the front straightaway as well, Tim Baltz.
Yeah, a couple of young drivers right there having some problems. Alex Payne making his debut here tonight at the Can-Am Speedway and Super Dirt Car Series action. Again, as Rich mentioned, he was here on opening day, finishing 4th in the season opener here at Can-Am. But Jackson Gill slows it to a stop to the entrance of turn number 1.
Well, before we head down to Rich Black, one of the things going on here, we were watching this great battle for the number 2 spot, but while that happened, Tim Fuller picked off a couple more cars, and now he sits into the top 5. So Fuller really, over the last few laps, Rich Black, is starting to be on the move.
Yeah, Tim Fuller's moving pretty well, but so is Tim Sears Jr. Don't count out the 83X. He was making some good laps there when the field was starting to stretch out. Alex Payne talked to him, not exactly sure what the problem was with the 78, but he did feel before coming out onto the racetrack for the feature that really he didn't have the gun in the holster that he wanted. He expected a more slick track throughout the night, felt that the car that he had parked up on top of his stacker hauler was probably the one that they wanted to put on this racetrack with a little bit faster. So he didn't feel he had the perfect race car as it was. Looks like Marcus Dinkins also having a problem right now on the back straightaway. Tough break for the driver of the 17 out of Watkins Glen. Matt Sheppard was able to pass Anthony Perrego just before that yellow. I do believe that he was able to complete that lap. Maybe not the case, but Sheppard seems to have a pretty steady race car as well.
Just to check with the official timing and scoring, Rich, due to split scoring, as we talked about a little bit earlier this year at Summerfest, Perrego still going to be scored ahead of the 9S in that number 6 spot. We'll run through the top 10 quickly. It's going to be Williamson, your leader, Waugh in 2nd, Billy Dunn 3rd, Tim Sears Jr. 4th, Tim Fuller 5th. Then it's Perrego 6th, Sheppard 7th, Darren Smith 8th, Billy Decker 9th, Smooth Shoe, Mike Mahaney rounding out the top 10 here with 15 laps complete.
Field doubling up. We are going to go back to green very shortly. Talked to Mat Williamson earlier tonight too. He's a little bit off in Brockville last night. Did get a top 10 finish. I talked to him. He says, like, we just went the wrong way with the setup. We thought the track was going to be a lot faster than what it turned out to be. Turns out, the track's a little bit slicker. Had a long night ahead of him trying to hold on and keep the car underneath him. But right now, I think they got the setup perfect the way that they wanted on that 88 ride.
We'll see if he can hold on, as now we'll have Felix Roy to his outside for the first time here in this feature event. 15 laps complete as they work off of turn number 3 and 4. Green flag back out on the speedway. Williamson getting a good jump again. Now they're looking 3 wide for the runner-up spot as they go down into turn number 1 and 2. Sears loses a position. That's going to allow Fuller to jump past him, and now we got the battle for 2nd down off turn 2.
Tim Fuller got shuffled out of line on that initial start, but has made up some serious ground in the early laps. Now Billy Dunn trying to make up a spot. He gets by Felix Roy. Look at Fuller going to the bottom. He's trying for a 2-for-1 special into turn number 1.
Tim Fuller taking off like a rocket going into turn number 1 and 2. The new track record holder up to that number 3 spot. Now going to go to work on the driver he battles each and every Friday night here at Can-Am. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4. Dunn holding on to 2nd. 3rd right now, Tim Fuller. Felix Roy up on the top, battling with Tim Sears Jr. behind him as they come down the front straightaway. 17 in, 50 laps to go. And Billy Dunn doing a great job holding off the 19 for the time being.
Holding him off for the time being. Number 1 and number 2 in the points here at Can-Am in 2024, battling for 2nd and 3rd right now, but they're all chasing Money Matt as he works it down across the line, this time by with the lead, side by side for 2nd. Look at these two Watertown natives go at it.
Tim Fuller diving to the bottom as they work off at turn number 2. He's able to clear Billy Dunn off the corner. New 2nd place man, Tim Fuller, to the number 2 spot as they work down the back straightaway. Behind them, Matt Sheppard working on the 91 of Felix Roy, looking to get by in turn number 3 and 4. He does. He's not going to stop there. He'll swing it out to the top side, looking to get by Timmer off turn number 4.
Down across the line, Matt Sheppard also on the move towards the mid stages of this one as he battles with Felix Roy for the top 5 position as they head down the back straightaway and move Matt Sheppard up another position into turn number 3.
Sheppard from 8th to 5th here in the early going of this feature event as it'll be 48 laps to go this time by Williamson, your leader. Fuller in 2nd, 8/10 of a second behind. Billy Dunn still sitting in 3rd, Timmer in 4th, Sheppard in 5th, Roy 6th, Decker 7th, Perrego 8th, Darren Smith 9th, and Jack Lehner rounding out the top 10 here with 20 laps complete. Williamson will bring him off at turn number 3 and 4 as they'll keep it locked down on the bottom of the racetrack down the front straightaway. They'll put lap number 21 up on the board.
21 down in a 67 lap contest. Matt Williamson's got a real good handling race car right now, but the driver on the move is Tim Fuller. He has not won a Super Dirt Car Series race here since 2007. He's got 5 car lengths to make up on Matt Williamson. Williamson, and he made it up big time that time off the turn.
Tim Fuller with a great run cuts it down to 3 car lengths as Williamson does everything to try to get around Daniel Johnson in turn number 1 and 2. He'll get the separation between himself and Fuller as they head down the back straightaway, and that'll open things back up. Fuller cut the lead down to 3/10. Fuller trying to get around Johnson through turn number 3 and 4, keeping it locked right on the bottom of the racetrack as they dive down the front stretch. It's Williamson with the spot, and as this happens, we're going to have a battle for spot number 4 develop as Sheppard is caught in the back bumper of Tim Sears.
Matt Sheppard might have the faster of the 2 race cars, and he proves it right there. Wow, what a move on the top side. Matt Sheppard will clear Timmer down the back straightaway, so move Matt Sheppard to the 4 spot as we work at lap number 24.
Sheppard up the 4th as Williamson now going to feel pressure from Tim Fuller. He was a half a second when they crossed the line, but Fuller closed the gap considerably as they enter turn number 1 and 2. They'll roll down the back straightaway, 43 laps to go in this RD Hutchinson Memorial as they bring him through turn number 3 and 4 once again. Here's Williamson. He was on the bottom for a little bit, Timmy. Now he comes down through the middle in 3 and 4, changing his lineup as this track slicks off a little bit more.
Yeah, just searching around trying to find that extra bite. He knows that that outside lane is still there, but he doesn't want to burn up those tires. We still have a lot of laps left to go in this race, so he's trying to conserve that right rear tire as best as he can right now as they work across the line at lap number 26.
Williamson went to the high side that time. He still kept it about a half a second between himself and Tim Fuller, but now they're going to be in lap traffic once again as Jeff Taylor is ahead of your top 2. They'll work down the back straightaway as the Bushue Chevrolet 88 machine tries to power up to the top side. Fuller, who's kept it on the bottom, maybe in the best position. You always see that when you're in lap traffic as they drag race down the front straightaway. Fuller getting even closer to Williamson that time.
Jeff Taylor right in front of the race leader is going to allow Fuller to close in as Williamson trying the outside lane. He will clear Taylor down the back straightaway. Which lane does Fuller pick? Does he stick with the bottom or does he go to the top? He's going to stick right behind Taylor for the time being as they click off lap 28 this time by.
He has to stay to the top, Timmy, because Tyler Meeks is running the bottom right in front of him, but Fuller with a great drive that time in turn number 1 and 2. His best spot on the racetrack is entering turn 1 and 2, and that time he pulls even with him down the back straightaway looking for the race lead. Fuller and Williamson side by side as they dive down into turn number 3 and 4. Can Fuller get the momentum he needs locked down on the bottom? They'll drag race to the flag stand this time by at the line. New race leader Tim Fuller has gone to the front.
Lap 29 and the 19 of Fuller takes over the lead. Williamson had to get on the binders, and now Tim Fuller assumes the lead, but Williamson got a good corner that time as these 2 drivers battle. Watch Billy Dunn in the number 3 position. He's closed quickly on the top 2 right now.
Williamson trying to come back on the outside lane with Meeks in front of him as they head down the front straightaway, but you got a side-by-side battle. That forces Fuller up to the middle of the racetrack. Williamson up high. Now Billy Dunn going to stick his nose underneath the 88 of Williamson down the back straightaway. Fuller trying to get a 2-for-1 special as he mires through lap traffic. He's got Meeks and Webb. He'll drive it right through the middle off turn number 4 and get a little more separation from Williamson as they come down the front stretch.
Fuller mentioned that Tom Leahy power plant underneath the hood, and it got him through some heavy lap traffic right there. Picked up 3 cars. Williamson, Billy Dunn, they almost went about 4 wide as Larry Wight drops off the pace of the back stretch. Looks like Mat Williamson's going to clear the traffic for now as they work down the front straightaway.
Williamson trying to prove anything Fuller can do, he can do just as well as he powers through and tries to keep the back bumper of the 19 in his sights. Dunn gonna follow the 88 car off on turn number 2 as they work down the back straightaway. 1 car separating your top 2 as Fuller continues to bring him down into turn number 3 and 4. Fuller up on the top side, driving through the middle of the racetrack. Williamson in second. Dunn still on the bottom, a little bit further back. But that time, Fuller opened the gap up to 1.1 seconds. And now Dunn really pedaling to try to get by the 88 machine off turn 2. But Williamson really good on exit of the corner.
Yeah, Matt Williamson has been getting off on turn number 2 really, really good all night long as Tim Fuller continues to show the way. Fuller has finally got some clear racetrack in front of him. He doesn't have to worry about any traffic. But Matt Williamson and Billy Dunn, they're in all sorts of traffic into turn number 1.
Williamson trying to find his way past the 15X of Justin Stone as they work off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Not able to do it though as Fuller continues to pull away down into turn number 3 and 4. Billy Dunn getting everything he can handle from Ryan Bartlett as they go through turn number 3 and 4. And that allows Sheppard to try to close in just a little bit in the 4 spot. Not in danger of losing the position just yet, but as you watch this battle, Williamson trying to pull away for second is done with his hands full now with both Bartlett and Stone.
As they work the back straightaway, looking behind Billy Dunn, I'm starting to notice Matt Sheppard creeping into the picture here. The 10-time champion, 3-time winner here at Can-Am, moving in on the top 3 as they work at lap 35 of this 67 lap event.
36 are in, 31 laps remain in the R.D. Hutchinson Memorial here at the Can-Am Speedway. Almost a full straightaway lead for Tim Fuller as he works down through turn number 3 and 4 after putting Shaun Shaw a lap down. They'll work their way off turn number 4 once again as they'll cross the flag stand. 30 laps to go for Tim Fuller. Williamson still strong in second. Dunn in third. Fourth, Matt Sheppard. And rounding out your top 5, another strong top 5 run right now for Tim Sears Jr.
Tim Sears Jr. has had a really good run up here in the North Country. A top 5 finish last night at Brockville and looking really good here tonight at Can-Am as he holds the 5 spot. In the meantime, Fuller still with the advantage. Just about half a straightaway over Mat Williamson at lap number 37.
Fuller approaching the doctor, one of his buddies, as they go off of turn number 2 this time and they head down the backstretch. These two have campaigned for a long time, and Fuller going to put the 27J of the doctor 1 lap down and get 3 cars of separation between himself and Williamson. Almost 2 seconds last time by. He'll cross the line this time as Williamson will come through the flag stand. 1.8 seconds. Your top 2 are separated by in a few cars as well as Dunn trying to stay right with him. And now Matt Sheppard's got a little bit of clean air in front of him to try to catch Billy Dunn.
See if he has a fast enough car to run down the 3rd place running Billy Dunn in that 49 as he sets it up on the bottom side of the racetrack this time. Tim Sears Jr. still back there in the 5 spot. Great run so far for Felix Roy. Faded out of the top 5, but he's still holding on to 6th.
Fuller brings him down to the back straightaway and into turn number 3 and 4. You'll see Alex Payne and the 98H of Jimmy Phelps in front of him as he roars through the corner. Mat Williamson still up on the top side. Same with Billy Dunn. Sheppard riding the bottom, the same line that was used by Tim Fuller a few laps ago to get by the 88 of Williamson. As they work into turn number 1 and 2, once again, Williamson going to clear Mike Trautschold down the back straightaway. Only 1 car separating himself and Fuller, but Trautschold going to come right back trying to stay ahead of the 88 car. It'll be Williamson taking the position off turn number 4 this time as he holds the spot rather, getting ahead and getting some clean air.
Absolutely, as right now Mat Williamson in control of the 2 spot. Things have settled down as far as traffic is concerned for the 88 of Williamson as Tim Fuller continues to battle into traffic. He's trying to find the way by Jimmy Phelps and Alex Payne. Payne several laps down, but right now just trying to gain some laps and hold on to some valuable championship points as Fuller continues to come through the traffic rather cleanly right now.
Fuller having no issue getting through lap traffic as we're under 25 laps to go in this feature event. The St. Lawrence Radiology car number 19 machine works his way through turn number 3 and 4 right through the middle of the racetrack as he continues to work his way down the front straightaway. He's got over a full straightaway advantage over Mat Williamson, and now a battle for third's about to develop as the 9S of Matt Sheppard has caught the 49 of Billy Dunn, and he's got a head of steam going through turn number 1 and 2, Tim Balls.
He did have a head of steam, but the door was shut when he got there. Billy Dunn can hear that 9S of Sheppard behind him. He knows he's right there. Sheppard trying to get into the top 3 for the 2nd straight night, trying to believe it with Dunn. Can't quite get there as he worked lap number 45.
Now the interesting wrinkle in front of them is the doctor and Mike Trautschold are throwing sliders at each other right in front of them, racing for position. So Sheppard and Dunn side by side as they work down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Dunn trying to hold on the challenge. Sheppard on tie, and Fuller goes around in turn 3 and 4. Tim Fuller goes around in turn 3 and 4, and the yellow comes out on the speedway. What a turn of events, Tim Baltz.
Oh my, Mike Warren, I just caught that one. Tim Fuller loops it around in turn number 4. Did not see what happened over there, but he gets it pointed the right way. We saw last night Matt Sheppard go off the racetrack trying for the lead. Now we see one of the best in Tim Fuller go around all by himself.
Tim Fuller had a 2.5 second lead that last time around, and it's going to be negated as he goes around in turn number 4, and that sets up a whole new ball game. As we take a look at the Dirt Vision replay, you see Fuller making his way down into turn number 3 and 4, trying to get by the 7Z, and it looks like he got into the back of Payne and just goes around in turn number 3 and 4. Good job by Alex Payne for avoiding that as well, but Tim Fuller just gets into the back bumper of Payne, couldn't keep the car straight, and unfortunately he will have to go to the end of the lead lap.
Oh my goodness, wow. Well, 45 down, still some time for Fuller to make up some positions here, but man, he may have a flat left front tire, and he does.
He does. It looks like after that contact, that may be something else that came from that, and Rich Fleck will send it down trackside to you, and we've seen this before this season. not that long ago at Fulton. What a turn of events once again.
Yeah, where you think the race is going to be decided and then something jumps up like that. And it really was in his control. He was lapping the 13th place car in Zach Payne. And that will put, I believe, the 98H of Jimmy Phelps, the 78 of Alex Payne back in the lead lap because they were not lapped by the 88 of Mat Williamson.